There's a common mistake that a lot of guys with a lot to lose are making in today's times, and that's trying to turn a thought into a girlfriend. Man, what's wrong with them? Let's talk about it. But first, wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Let's go.
But you want all this pimping you can't afford. Perform like a punk but wanna win his reward. Some suckers give you points but bitch you never scored. If you ain't paying pimping then bitch you getting ignored.
Okay.
I'm so sick of these.
Now back in the days, they used to say that you can't turn a 304 into a housewife. And if we were to modernize that term and adjust it for 2025, we would say that you can't turn a thought into a girlfriend, because marriage isn't as common as it used to be. But people trying to get with 304 types or thoughts or what have you, that's still a thing. People still try to make them into they woman, wife, girlfriend, or whatever, but more so girlfriend than anything, man. And it seems to be popular amongst guys who, again, like I say, got a lot to lose. If you look at Tory Lanez with Meg Thee Stallion, as popular as she is, as much success as she's had as a rapper, the fact remains that when it all boils down, Megan Thee Stallion is a thought. She's a thought. If you look at the situation with DDG that's kind of buzzing on the internet right now, everybody talking about how he was looking puppy dog poo-poo face when he saw India Love twerking on Duke Dennis.
Hi, Mr. Dennis. I miss you. I miss you, y'all.
Good to see you. Enjoy yourself. Hey, I'm gonna see you in a minute. We gonna fight each other.
She's a thought. Cooking with Kaya, when she went to Streamer University, she twerking on different dudes. The boy Zay over there crying about it. She's a thought. And the crazy thing about it is these guys, people like DDG, people like Tory Lanez, people like Zay, or anybody else in that, category. These guys are young and successful. You have no business taking somebody like that seriously. It's not to say that, these girls don't have some cool qualities about them, but these are thoughts. Megan Thee Stallion is a thought. India Love is a thought. Cooking with Kaya is a thought. And these girls are young and they like being seen. They like the attention. They like, being seen as sex symbols. And a lot of who they are and what they have going on is because of the fact that guys are physically attracted to them. Guys are going to fantasize about these chicks. So as long as they got guys fantasizing about them and that factors into their success, they going to keep doing things to make guys fantasize about them, which means they going to keep doing things for attention, certain types of attention. And, it just so happens that these females and others like them figured out a way to monetize their sex appeal. But the bottom line is, they getting a lot of attention for being sexy. And with that, within that, they're going to find multiple different guys who they're attracted to. Right? So there's not, you can't expect loyalty from somebody like that. It just don't make no sense. They're not real 304s like in the game, getting down and dirty, but they have a lot of similarities to 304s, especially in the sense of, as the old cliche goes from Players Club, they using what they got to get what they want. Whenever you got a young chick using what she got to get what she wants, that's not anybody to take seriously as far as a relationship goes. You don't want to be in a relationship with no female that's using what she got to get what she wants, and you calling yourself being faithful to somebody like that. Come on, man. DDG, Zay, Tory Lanez, anybody else like y'all, you gotta tighten up. You dig? It even goes for older guys who, this ain't nothing new. R. Kelly. A big part of the reason why R. Kelly is in the situation that he's in, and I hate to say it, but it's involving himself with THOTs and giving THOTs too much leverage in his life. Puffy giving THOTs too much leverage in his life. Come on, man. And then same thing with Shannon Sharp, giving a THOT too much leverage in his life. Now, these guys might not be trying to make all of these THOTs their girlfriend per se, but when you got a lot to lose, man, you cannot give somebody with little to nothing to lose leverage in your life. And you give them leverage when you get intimate with them and, get comfortable with them to a point where, they start having, access to areas of your life that they shouldn't have access to. Right? So honestly, for the young guys, the young successful guys, I don't think you should be trying to be in a relationship, a monogamous one-on-one serious relationship with anybody. Right? Because just like these THOTs got a lot of options and they gonna explore some of them options, as a young successful man, you gonna have a lot of options too, and you definitely gonna explore them options. And when you play with people like that, just imagine you messing with a THOT, right? Like DDG. Let's say he messing with India Love. She's a THOT, so it's a high likelihood that she gonna mess with somebody else, right? Now, she go mess with somebody else, DDG just gonna be heartbroken. He gonna be poo-poo face, right? Looking all puppy dog face on the stream. But if he go mess with somebody else, it's gonna affect India Love completely differently than the way he's affected by her being with somebody else. Women like to get even. And the lengths that they'll go to get even can be very costly for somebody like a DDG. So I know he over there all sad and poo-poo face when he seen her twerking on Duke Dennis, but be thankful that she didn't catch you doing your thing with somebody else, or at least getting the impression that you was doing your thing with somebody else. And then, she start getting vindictive and, turn your life upside down. A lot of these cats need to take these experiences as, lessons learned and leave them THOTs alone. Like I said, if you're a young, successful guy, you really don't have no business being in a monogamous relationship in the first place. But if you just insist on having a girlfriend, if you just insist on being involved with somebody to that extent, it don't need to be a THOT. It don't need to be somebody that's using what they got to get what they want. Right? Go get a regular girl, a girl that's, college educated and got a career or something like that. And she not, a social media hound, a social media fiend. And she not dressing provocatively all the time. She not showing her assets everywhere she go and on every post that she make. Get somebody that's more conservative and somebody who it makes sense to be in that kind of relationship with. These chicks, it don't make sense to even be in them kind of relationships with them. And it's not gonna last long. At the most, you can have fun with them type of people and that's it. And let them be the pass arounds that they was meant to be. Because Cooking with Kaya, she got a lot of cool qualities about herself, seem like, but the bottom line, she's gonna be a pass around. India Love, pass around. Megan Thee Stallion, pass around. These are pass arounds. Don't nobody need to be taking anything like that seriously. Or any of these little young female rappers that, got more aesthetic appeal than musical appeal. Like they selling records because of how they look and not because of how talented they are. Anybody like that, you don't need to be in no serious relationship with, man. So let a thought be a thought. As the Ghetto Boys said back in the day, let a H to the O to the E be a H to the O to the E. You dig? And don't try to make it more than what it's meant to be, because that's all it's meant to be, man. Then people that's using what they got to get what they want, let them do that and leave it at that. You dig? But let that marinate on your mind one time. Freeze is it. And this right here, you see this right here? Man, hey, that's that love, man. Go ahead, put some of this good old love in your body like so. And of course, as always, long live the incomparable Sinful to P. We out.
Let's go. You see, I, the God anointed, game appointed PI since knee high. Knew that God appointed me to be fly. My reply to the blessing, only one decision for me, man, that integrated and demonstrated it's obligatory. Okay. So begins the story, these blessings I'm not in tune with.
But getting back to this game that I never left.
Baby, I wish